3, 2, 1.
Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, Mystery Reading number 974. My name is Elizabeth, and before getting into this reading, if you are a recurring viewer, you enjoy my work and would like to help support it, you can do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. And if you do feel called to stick around and subscribe, welcome, and thank you very much for your support as well as your presence during this reading. Let me adjust this a little bit. Okay. Maybe there's something here that you need to adjust a little bit. For somebody, it could be a calendar or some sort of routine, but it could literally be anything. Or maybe it doesn't resonate for you at all, and it's just a message meant for somebody else. Just only take what resonates. And I just looked down at the timer and I saw the number 111, which for me is a sign to trust yourself. And for some reason, I'm also feeling the message, trust that everything happens for a reason. I do think that you are coming across this reading for a reason, that you're going through certain things for a reason, that you're feeling, thinking, believing certain things for a reason. I also want to say that you are breathing for a reason. You're alive. You're here because you have a purpose, and there is meaning to your life and to all of the darkness, not only in your own life and within yourself, but also in the world and within other people. The reading that I just recorded was really all about the darkness within yourself. But it really inspires me for this reading to encourage the people watching this video to try to see the good in the bad. Really thinking like yin and yang here. What does the darkness, the uncertainty, the pain, the violence, I want to say what good can come from that, but I know that can be easily misunderstood. Feeling pain, violence, darkness in the world, it could either be, I feel like it's a double-edged sword. It could either be used for the greater good, or I guess the greater evil. We could either choose to dwell in our pain and to be violent, to hurt others, or to use our pain to empower us. And only be violent if necessary, to fight for what's right. This is a pretty strong message coming through. Maybe this is about what side, what team are you on? Good or evil? What cause or energy do you want to commit yourself to? Being honest with yourself, being honest in general, and fighting for the greater good in that way, or being dishonest, spreading lies and deception to protect evil. Even if it's within yourself, being dishonest with yourself is just as dangerous as being dishonest with other people. Because honestly, I believe that you have to be dishonest with yourself to be dishonest with others. I just looked down at the timer and saw the number 432. Another sign, well, I guess initially it was just a feeling, because I didn't really see a sign, but just confirmation, I guess, of, trust that everything happens for a reason. If you've been around seeing those kind of numbers, is exactly what that means for me. So I really do think that this reading is meant for somebody, for some specific reason, to inspire you to do something or to commit to something. Could be yourself, it could be something else. That's up for you to decide. We're getting into interpreting the number 974. The number 9 is about purpose and helping the world release what no longer works. As I said, everything you're going through and everything that you are is what it is for a reason, a greater reason. I want to take this opportunity to mention that things sometimes only look like magic or unexplained because we don't yet understand or know the logic behind it. And I'll just leave it at that. Especially for those of you who tend to be more open-minded. The number 7 is about wisdom, expanding your awareness and your consciousness. That is what I believe that the darkness within ourselves and even within the world is here for. I believe that rejection of darkness outside of ourselves is meant to inspire us to understand the darkness within us, because you can't fix a problem if you don't understand it, you know? I do think that there is a lot more darkness in this world than necessary because of ourselves. Because, you know, I feel that a lot of the times when we want to blame the universe, when we want to question the higher powers we believe in, is because of free will. And not realizing that we're blaming forces outside of us because of forces within us. Or to put it more simply, we're blaming the universe for other people's decisions. I think maybe what might be important or helpful for someone to know or to believe, however you take it, is that the universe is not responsible for what other human beings do. So anytime you question why me, and there are other people involved, know that it says more about those people than your faith. It really, really does. And it really, really does. I'm really feeling that for somebody. The number 4 is about peace and stability. I feel peace through strength is significant for some reason. I'm not 100% sure what that means, but it's coming through. But peace, stability, and your ancestors. I believe for this reading, your ancestors are present to encourage you to try to understand the darkness within you so you can really understand the darkness in the world. And once you understand the darkness within yourself and within the world, you will really, truly better understand what you can do with your own strengths to bring more light into the world. It's okay if you need to go in hermit mode for a little while, because you deserve to understand yourself and to really understand what's really going to work, not only for you, but also for the world. Yeah. If there's something here that you feel really called to contemplate on, to think about, whether it's a decision or whatever, this is confirmation to let yourself do that. Let yourself find deeper meaning with that number 7 and really connect not only with your intuition, but also your inner child, your younger self. Adding up these numbers, yeah, definitely your inner child with thinking about the presence of ancestors. But adding up these numbers, 9 plus 7 is 16, and 16 plus 4 is 20, 2 plus 0 is number 2, which is about balance, and it can be about peace as well. There are some It can also be about choices, really taking your choices seriously. Not just where you choose to work, who you choose to marry, where you choose to live, but also how you choose to think, to feel, and to believe. The choices in this world that you make in this world, in this physical reality, are just as important as the choices that you make about your own inner world. So really, especially when the number 2 can be about choices, if there is an important decision or many important decisions, really think about it. Not just how it affects you physically, but also mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Or if you don't have any significant choices, this is just a general message to remember that no matter what you do, no matter what you say, it does have weight, an impact, and an effect on those around you. Because we are connected, no matter how disconnected things feel right now. I think deep down, we all care a lot, especially when we're kids. And then we grow up in a world that is not built to respect or to support children. And we get confused and lost. And you don't want to contribute to that. Really, really moving forward, remember that no matter what you choose to do, no matter what you choose to say, it will have an impact on children. Whether they're in your own life, more direct, or it's less direct. And how your decisions or your words affects a child is more in the ripple, if that makes sense. I'm going to go ahead and move on into the cards portion. Drawing out an index card here to see what comes through. Really feeling these readings today. And it's kind of a little bit surprising because I really did not get a lot of sleep last night. So that makes me feel even more that whoever's watching this reading, especially if you made it this far, you're here for a reason. This is so relatable. I want so much more. I feel like this is the side of you that craves a peaceful world, peaceful relationships, a job that respects you. And maybe that's where the darkness is generated. It's the anger and not getting what you want, which is what you deserve. At least in this context. You want more, and you're allowed to have more. But you also have to consider reality. What's going on in your own life and in the world, and really just trust that the universe has you where you're meant to be. It may not be where you deserve to be, and you do have the power to change that, but it is where you're meant to be, I believe. I believe that you are meant to learn things right now about yourself that will show you more about the world, and like I said, will help you understand where you do deserve to be, because where you deserve to be is not the same as where you were meant to be. And I love making that distinction. So if you don't feel you are where you deserve to be, why do you think you are meant to be there? I personally think that because it's encouraged you to look inward, to connect more with your faith, to lead your own light, to lead yourself, maybe out of a dark and scary situation, depending on who's watching this. I just think overall there's this general feeling that the universe doesn't want you to, look at this situation as a punishment or as a reflection of the universe being, geared toward darkness. I believe that the universe is always, moves towards the light. That's what I believe. So, do with that what you will. I'm going to draw out one of these playing cards now. You can have more. It's just what really means the most to you right now. Contributing to a better world or instant gratification. Especially with that number 2, priorities. Actually, there was a 2 of spades card in the previous reading, if you really resonate with it. But priorities. What means the most to you right now? I have the 4 of hearts right here. It says lonely. Yeah. This reminds me of when I said we are more connected than it seems, even though we're feeling disconnected. I just saw the number 555 on the timer, which is about change and transformation. It's okay to feel lonely and to be unhappy with being isolated or rejected or whatever it is that's making you feel alone. But how can you use this time and space for yourself more productively? This could be an opportunity for you to, take control and ownership of your focus, your own attention, and choices, your own investments. I was actually thinking to myself before I started this reading that every choice we make is like a little investment. And over time, it's going to grow. Everything that we invest in is going to grow. And then when you think about it on a collective level with other people and the same thing that's happening, it really adds up when it comes to our choices and the kind of investments that we're making. I just want to say that you do matter. You matter a lot. As a species that does best when unified, you matter, okay? I'm going to draw one last card from these box of cards here to see what else wants to come through for you. I did just notice, by the way, 974, your ancestors letting you know that, hey, again, just want to let you know, we're here, we want you to have more, but we need you to work with us. Whether it's more direct or what, they want to support you. And, seeing this next card, it's really telling. It says, find that spark again, please. Find that spark to believe in something greater. To believe in the greatness of yourself. That kind of gave me a little bit of cold chills, I'm not going to lie. We have the number 19 at the top. 1 plus 9 is 10, which is confirmation of the presence of your spirit guides. They were very present in the previous reading as well, particularly your ancestors. I feel there's something from childhood that you went through that is taking away from your light, your fire, your passion. Well, I guess it's not really taking away from it, but it's more so misdirecting it. I think that passion is always there, but how it's being used is where the problem is. Don't use it to punish yourself or to hurt other people. Yeah, another thing I was thinking before I started recording this reading was, I believe that our anger, not always, but sometimes, it's internalized. It becomes internalized. And we're met with a choice when that happens. We either use this internalized anger to deplete us, to exhaust us, to destroy us, or to energize and empower and motivate us. Instead of seeing the darkness as a reason to give up, see it as a reason to keep going, to keep fighting, to stay focused. I think finding that spark again, please, and then being alone, this is a perfect combination. And it's really interesting knowing that you do want more. And it feels like you are in a position to understand yourself enough in a way to make the right choices, to give yourself exactly what you want. Like I said in the previous reading, everything you need to know already exists within you.